Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations, and in today's video, we're going to be diving back into some Cookie Run Kingdom, and I'm going to be bringing you guys my top 5 must-build cookies that everybody should be building right now. Before we officially start, here all the ancient cookies that you see on the top and the 2 legendary cookies in the game are just going to be a must build. Their base stats are a lot higher than those of epics, commons and even rare cookies, and then not only that, they're also going to be a lot harder to obtain. So naturally, if you do happen to get lucky and pull an ancient or a legendary, absolutely build them. But today's video, we're going to be discussing epic cookies, and that's going to be my 5 that absolutely every player should be building. So then diving into the very first one we've got for the top 5, and that's going to be Cotton Cookie here, coming in at an epic support unit and also placed in the rear. However, when it comes to her overall skill, man, she is absolutely a must build for everybody. Literally, she provides healing, as you see here in gray. She provides an attack increase for summoned minions, not only her own, but also somebody like Pumpkin Pie's Pon Pon and also Licorice's servants. They also obtain this attack increase. Third thing, she provides her own sheep, aka minions, to mitigate some damage and also provide tons of damage. She also is going to be providing a 1-second stun, again, allowing her to just pretty much control the entire battlefield while still keeping your players alive. And for those of you new players diving into the game, I'm going to tell you guys right now, 2 units on this top 5 are support units, and even though they don't seem like they would be a DPS unit, they are by far one of the best damage dealers you can absolutely build right now in the game. I don't know what it is, but Dev Sisters for some reason like making these support units absolutely OP, and Cotton is not an exception. As far as toppings go here for Cotton Cookie, honestly, I would just argue to run a full Swift Chocolate set. You really want to try to focus in on getting this 24% cooldown, especially for things like the overall guild boss, and then you can pretty much utilize this exact same set across all types of content in the game. So you literally just need to farm out 1 Swift Chocolate set, put it on Cotton Cookie, aim to get that 24% cooldown, and you are good to go. Just overall, man, Cotton is just a very good option to pick and choose as one of your 5 cookies to build out any team that you are currently trying to build. She just provides that overall healing that you're going to need to stay alive while also still doing a mega ton of damage. Now, officially diving into the second epic cookie that you guys should absolutely be building no matter what account you are on, that's going to be the epic Dark Choco cookie here. That's a charge is going to be placed in the front line. And now I know a lot of people might be confused about this one because yes, we just got Dark Cacao. I'm telling you guys, this list is about epic cookies. We're not addressing ancients or legendaries because yes, you should absolutely build Dark Cacao if you happen to get lucky and pull him. However, even with Dark Cacao, Dark Choco's defense break on their skill is absolutely still top notch, especially in something like boss stages or the guild boss. And if you guys don't know exactly what is going on with this defense break, if you are new to the game, as you can see right here, it's going to be providing a minus 20% defense for 7 seconds on whatever enemy gets hit by Dark Choco's ability, which essentially just means that anybody that gets hit by his skill takes a minus or a reduction in their defense, essentially resulting in you doing more damage to whatever that enemy is. And he specializes like hardcore into single targets and aka bosses. So the guild boss, man, this guy is an absolute must build for any guild boss team to be in the front line, apply that defense break to the boss, and then that will allow you to do more damage, thus increasing your overall score. Absolutely be building a Dark Choco if you do not already have one. And as far as the toppings go here for Dark Choco, there's actually 2 different builds. For anything outside of the guild boss, you need to be running a full solid almond set. Just try to maximize this overall damage, as you can see down here in the bottom. We've got a 41.5%, as you can see here. Trying to get as much damage resistance as you possibly can will allow him to stay alive longer to make sure that he can pop off his defense break. And then the second set we've got here is a little bit counterintuitive, but we're going to be running a full Searing Raspberry set. And the reason why is we want to maximize his attack on top of his damage resistance in the guild boss battle only. That's right, in the guild boss battle only. Essentially, all of your damage or your score is accumulated by how much damage that you actually do. So by swapping him from a solid almond set to a Searing Raspberry set, again, trying to focus on as much damage resistance as you can to make sure he stays alive will allow you to get additional, damage done on the guild boss to result in a higher score. But nevertheless, these 2 options are the best to run on Dark Choco. Again, solid almonds are the best to run outside of the guild boss battle. Now, officially diving into the third cookie we've got for you guys today, and that's going to be the one and only epic Eclair Cookie that once again is a support and placed in the middle row. Now, Eclair Cookie hasn't been here very long in game. It's only been a couple of updates ago, but nevertheless, absolutely, man, he is topping the charts when it comes to overall damage dealers on your team. Literally, there's full teams just utilizing Eclair for their damage and then providing support units and healing units all around him to just make sure he stays alive. Absolutely be building an Eclair Cookie if you happen to get one, because I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. And not only that, he carries across all different types of content, from world exploration to PvP arena, also to guild boss battle. Literally, you name it, investing in him will result in less experience jellies spent across other cookies. As you can see here on his skill, he's got a couple of different mechanics. The very first one is going to be, he's going to be applying a weakness debuff to the enemy. That's going to be basically plus 25% damage that they receive, and it can stack up to 4 times for a grand total of them receiving 100% more damage. So again, very good. And then another part here is going to be, if an enemy dies with that weakness debuff applied to them, then he's going to be providing an HP shield to your entire party. So again, very good. And not only that, like I said, his damage is absolutely phenomenal. And then as far as his overall toppings go, we're going to be running a full searing raspberry set, because again, this is going to be providing the additional attack bonus from the set, and also we're just trying to maximize his overall damage that he can output, and that's going to be done via, obviously attack, obviously focusing on a little bit of damage resistance here to keep him alive, and then obviously a little bit of cooldown for the overall guild boss battle. And then last but not least here, we've got 2 more epic cookies for you guys, and these are going to be ambush cookies that you guys should absolutely be building right now, as they are a must build for every single team and every type of content. Diving right in here to the very first of the last 2 cookies, making this our 4th epic cookie that is a must build for every account, and that's going to be the epic sorbet shark. Again, going to be an ambush cookie and placed in the middle line. We essentially got the cookie ambushes the frontmost enemies in shark form, dealing area damage. Deals additional damage to the 2 enemies targeting cookies first with the highest maxed HP with inside the skills area of effect. For enemies that are cookies, the additional attack will be dealt as true damage relative to the enemy's max HP and cannot exceed 300,000. For other enemies, the additional damage will be done as regular damage. And now I know this is going to be a lot for you guys to take in as a new player, but nevertheless, we've got 2 different mechanics. The very first one is if the enemies that you are going up against are not cookies, meaning anything outside of the kingdom arena, then essentially he's going to be doing damage to the front line and then damage to whoever has the highest HP, 2 more targets with inside of that skill's radius, all right? The second part of this is if you are in the arena, aka going against cookies, then the additional targets that get hit, so he's still going to target the front line, but the additional targets that's going to get hit will take what they call true damage, which just basically means it ignores defense. So again, a very good cookie for PvE and also PvP. Once again, if you are looking to invest your jellies or your star jellies efficiently, you want to make sure you build this guy, because again, he's going to serve you in multiple types of content to make sure that your resources are not wasted. And then as far as overall toppings go, very similar to Eclair here, we want to build him with a full searing raspberry set. Again, the full searing raspberry set is going to give us the additional attack percent that we need, and also with this guy, you're literally just going to stack up as much attack as you possibly can, damage resistance to add to his survivability, and then last but not least, for the guild boss specifically, you're going to be trying to get a little bit of cooldown on him to make sure that you can time his skill accordingly. But again, stacking searing raspberry is the best way to go to maximize his damage. And last but not least, we've got for the top 5 must build cookies that every player needs to be building, and that's going to bring us to Vampire Cookie. Vampire Cookie, as you can see here, once again is an ambush, but this time they're going to be placed in the rear instead of the middle like Sorbet Shark. And I'm going to tell you guys right off of the bat here, Vampire Cookie, if you guys are brand new to the game and you don't know, or maybe you've been a player for quite some time and you still want to challenge it, Vampire is the best, the hardest hitting single target DPS unit in the game, hands down. It's a fact. It's been proven over and over again. For a single target unit, Vampire will snipe that unit and do a mega ton of damage, and nobody else is competing up against him when it comes to a single target. And that's why Vampire is an absolute must build pretty much for anybody across the board, because if you are looking to go up against something where you need to snipe a back unit, whether you're going up against a boss you need to do maximum damage, whether you're going up somebody like the guild boss where you're trying to get a higher score, Vampire is absolutely gonna serve you guys 100%. So naturally get in here and build this guy, because again, he's very, very good and he hits the hardest in the game. Not only that, I forgot to mention, but he's the only cookie that has vampirism, which essentially 15% of the damage that he does, he actually gets back as health. So he essentially heals himself on top of doing really, really good damage. And you probably guessed it by now, because he is going to be another ambush cookie and a DPS unit. Running a full set of searing raspberries once again is going to be the best way to go. Again, trying to focus on as much attack as you possibly can so he can just do insane amount of damage, and also some damage resistance here to add to his survivability, especially on the higher episodes. Once you start to get to like episode 13 and 14, if you are going to try to incorporate and use him, he's going to need some DMR to make sure that he does stay alive. The cooldown here isn't going to be that important, and then all the other stats really aren't that big of a deal, at least not for the general basis of all players. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up today's video of the top 5 must-build cookies that every player needs to be building right now in the game. Whether you're a new player, mid-game player, or a late game player, all 5 of these cookies will offer some sort of benefit to you guys. And not only that, it allows you to efficiently use your resources, and especially those things like those star jellies, which a lot of new players struggle with early game. If you guys are brand new to the game, you have any additional questions, I would invite you guys to join the Discord, man. I've got a Discord link provided down below. We've got over 7,000 players that all play Cookie Run Kingdom, the Cookie Run games, and not only that, even Dev Sisters games. So if you are looking for some additional help, we would love to have you over there. And not only that, guys, also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Cookie Run Kingdom related. I cover it all, from guides, tips, tutorials, news, updates, leaks, you name it, I cover it here on the channel. And with that being said, as always, guys, I'll see ya on the next one.